pivot. But now they're playing into the Joy Suyo Harith Granger trade unless Aurora decides to take one of those out. And now APBREN will be thinking about, okay, what are we giving in response to those? One thing that I want to see Aurora consider is, there we go, they actually ban out the Kalea, so just force that typical trade yet again. If I could suggest to APBREN though,
Bluyo.
yes. I think Mika's a little bit too happy with the Joy. I think you go for Bluyo here and accept the fact that you're going to lose the Granger on the other side. Unless Aurora play into the Joy Harith, which is a little bit too greedy, but teams have shown it at times.
Okay, APBREN now have the option to give James Spanx his signature, one of his signature heroes, or even secure the Granger for themselves. But again, the Joy Harith, as you mentioned, it can be detrimental. So let's see, because I'm also expecting kind of later on, second, third pick.
Yeah.
Badang for there.
I'm also expecting a Jawhead somewhere in the first phase of the draft. Maybe later on for APBREN, they could go for a strong pick-off. If that's the case though, I think Aurora can hold off on their jungler pick for third. Because they can even consider going to the second phase with the other jungler just yet. Very rare, as they are one of the teams that usually like to play into the picking a roam EXP flex here, along with the power pick. So as expected, they go for the Granger. So will they pair a Joy with it?
It should be money. They don't even have to show the Joy here.
Yeah.
Imagine though, if they don't pick a jungler, Joy, Haya, or Alpha gets banned out, then Demon Kite reverts back to the Lucas jungle.
Don't say this.
That's actually up on the board now that Edward has a Hilda with him.
Because they're protecting him.
Yeah, they're protecting him, and then if ever you send the Hilda to be aggro to protect Demon Kite the violent way, not the defensive way.
That's right. Yeah. You're parrying instead of just blocking.
Exactly. So I'm not turning off the Lucas jungle idea here, and Aurora might play into that for the third pick because they go into the second phase with a flex. That's either a Lucas jungle or Lucas XP. Hopefully APBREN doesn't think about it being EXP because again, it's fallen out considerably. So,
especially since we don't know what APBREN's bringing yet.
Yeah.
Which could be a nice counter. I mean, I actually prefer Lucas XP than Lucas jungle.
There's the Jawhead.
We missed him. I mean, if he wasn't going to get picked in the first phase, that's getting either stolen or banned out.
Yeah. We did say that earlier as well, that Jawhead would probably show up in the first phase for either of these two teams. So we get the Jawhead Suyo, the strong burst. All right, that puts the pressure into there to play something tanky. I would like, actually, you know what? First I'm going to say this, pick the Lucas. And I would want to see them pick the Lucas.
Lucas into the Hilda, very good.
Yeah. And you turn off the Lucas for Dare, if ever you're confident.
Oh, okay.
All right. Get the Hayabusa. Because APBREN are going full dive, they're going to end up with a mid laner that would want to play in the back. And a Hayabusa is a great response into that, thinking ahead.
I actually like this more for APBREN because if you're going to recall back on one of the outstanding games that APBREN had up against Team Falcons, they also had the Jawhead at roam. And it was pivotal in how they were able to end the game in 12 minutes in. And able to feed off a lot of kills to James Spanx. That's why he was able to snowball with his Hayabusa. But now, with the Suyo, if APBREN start, they can replicate the start they had with game number 1, but manage the trades that Aurora was making, they can snowball early on.
Glue taken out here by Aurora, so they are attacking possibilities for Dare. Because this lineup won't work if Dare doesn't get a favorable pick.
Yeah, and the options for Dare are going out real quick because APBREN have a very strong, sustained burst-centered lineup. One of the best options right now APBREN are probably thinking of are the Edith and the EXP.
But is it Bazdangable?
I would want them. It's his comfort, yes, but what? We're going to end up with a Badang Vex, Badang Farsa again, but the Farsa gets the Hayabusa. No, he wouldn't want to do that. Vexana might be that they're going to. So APBREN are going to be playing with a comfort lineup, but again, it's a predictable comfort lineup that they've already shown in the past and shown that how teams can beat it quite easily, and Aurora already have the tools for that.
You know, at this point for APBREN, I'd rather be predictable in the draft, but still at the same time have my comfort heroes and perform well than try to do something out of my comfort zone, but not yet battle ready.
You're 100% right. If they tried anything too crazy here, Aurora would be the wrong team to do that against.
Yes.
So one more, I'd reckon this should be an XP lane ban too. Just choke down on there. He's one of the clutch gene players of APBREN.
But Badang, Edith, CC.
They're willing to give it.
Ah.
See, they banned the Vex, so they're already turning off the potential of like Badang. So again, I am all for Aurora picking the Lucas in the EXP now, because then APBREN would probably just be stuck with a Edith or a CC, either of which, Edith being the better option. CC's gonna struggle. Nah. It's a great draft by Aurora so far, honestly.
I understand the Vex a little more now, given that they are first on the pick clapback.
Yeah.
They're taking out options that'll nullify Demon Kite's aggression. You pull out an EG, and that's an extra body that the Shadow Kill will have to latch onto.
Exactly.
Skirt, is he used to playing the Faramis?
We should ask you.
I actually don't remember, because you know, in MDL it's global ban, so if you use one hero, you only use it once.
And if you win, you get away with it.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's the answer, Ingan. If he's not prolific with the Faramis, then at best he just knows how to use it. It's nothing stellar.
Okay.
They can even go Sicilian here, honestly. They don't have to.
No, it's banned out.
Oh yeah, excuse me. Yeah, you're right.
Goes for the far side, next best thing.
Okay.
No, I want to draft by Aurora. They're gonna be stuck with something along the lines of like a Valentina again.
Again! Oh, he does have a stolen feathered airstrike now, better than game one.
Yeah.
Look at that, game one. They picked the Valentina in their fourth pick and have nothing to steal.
Just Valentina and Edith, or Valentina and Cici. Or they can take the Lucas for themselves again, but yeah, it's gonna be in the EXP this time around. But no, he's not a tank lane holder. He's not built for that. Teams have understood that after the first half of the season. Edith is their last best bet for me. Unless they go super safe and just park Hylos. Oh.
Steal the Lucas. And of course, the Aurora.
Okay.
Better than the Valentina, I mean.
Oh yeah, for sure. But still, you're outranged. APBREN is literally outranged right now.
Yep.
They have to fight tooth and nail to even be in the same court as Aurora.
They're gonna look for those pickoffs that they much really want and need with the Jawhead. Again, if the Jawhead underperforms in the first 2-3 minutes, you can expect the likes of game one to happen again.
This could be Horseman. You can even just go Hylos or Tig.
Oh!
Oh. Why did we hear Tigreal?
I heard it's a For Honor.
Ah! Okay.
It's an XP lane Valentina.
Wait,
What?
what just happened? Wait a minute.
It's
Did
an
they-
XP lane Valentina.
Uh-oh. Huh.
I mean, he's up against the Lucas, so in theory,
It makes sense.
it makes sense.
You're stealing, what? Unleash the Beast?
I literally heard
For Honor. Yeah, as a Tigreal main, I can confirm.
It'll
That's
work
his voice
too.
line.
It'll work too, but
no, maybe that's a new Valentina feature, you know? It's like I am you. It's like, For Honor, surprise, it's Valentina.
Ult in the draft.
I am you, I am them.
Huh.
We're waiting for word, ladies and gentlemen, if it indeed is the
Oh.
Valentina, and we are not pulling back, folks. This is the draft that Aurora ended up with.
You mentioned a while ago that for APBREN, it's not the time to experiment up against Aurora. But for Aurora, they're doing something different now.
Different is right, but this is not without precedent.
Yeah.
This is a
Welcome
tactic
to
known
Mobile
to make the rounds in
Legends.
scrims and even in some other scenes around the world, and even in our very own amateurs as well. XP lane Valentina is very valid, especially against a hero like Lucas.
Yeah. I mean, Valentina has always been like the answer to the Lucas. There's a Lucas on the other side, you want Valentina. That's why if a team wants Lucas, they ban the Valentina. Aurora just decided to lean hard on it. It's like, we need a Valentina? Okay, put it in the EXP lane.
Yeah, but you're giving Gekedot a lot of targets to work with that don't have Purify as well. As of now, you have 4 on your radar.
I think Aurora just also want to go fast. Like, not a single Purify shows that they just want to keep going. No breaks.
The game 1 concluded in 10 minutes and 19 seconds, and Aurora can match that again if an early snowball will ensue here for Demon Kite and the Domin Kite, the Kite brothers. So let's see.
Okay, so for Renegade, he was seems like he was hovering the Tigreal. That's why we heard the voice line. And the very last second, switched it up to a Valentina pick, and that's why we're here now. And here's Aurora. They are playoff secured, so this is them showing us what the meta can bring us.
Oh.
Kekidot with the throw. James Pax with a stun in the first blood. A Wiki Shadow kill coming in from Demon Kite. Not gonna get a pick off there as APBREN finds a kill.
That was a half-heart engagement. Renegade had no chance of survival. It looked like Aurora did not know what to do, even if after they got APBREN's members down.
Good start here for APBREN. And you saw how Der was actually playing that laning phase. He made it so that, yes, not yet level 4, the Valentina probably won't play into that, but he just really wanted to make sure, okay, I'll make sure that Edward wouldn't be able to help.
Oh!
Ooh, late reaction.
Just one more second.
Yeah, Kekidot walked into that shrub. He also wanted to go back and recall, but he was like, all right, let me go back. Wait a minute. And then he completed the recall animation for Demon Kite.
You know, I'm actually interested if Yue gonna go for the rapid boots to have that booster kind of Farsa to try and control the mid lane. So let's see if that's what Yue has in store for us. Unleash the Beast coming in from Edward. 2 animals! Nothing's gonna happen so far, but there you have it. Edward Valentina on the XP lane.
That's a TKO. Edward sent back Der. And yeah, given Der has extra health, that was a dominant move by Aurora. They're still calling the shots.
Feels like when Blacklist debuted a Valentina jungle to counter a Kai jungle back in the day in Season 10. Except this time around, it's Lucas and Unleash the Beast. So far in the laning phase. Okay, so that's the itemization that Edward's going for. Tries to go for tough boots. He knew he needed the crowd control time reduction, but then also going for leather jerkin so that he has a little bit more physical defense on him.
Again.
Oh!
Fast. Oh.
All right. Demon Kite playing with the range. Again, the build that Edward has right now, not just for this Valentina, but in general, is a symptom of the meta. Like, people just keep building these random casual defense items.
Yeah. And even that's what Ben Things actually mentioned a while ago, but now they're targeting the Silent Kid. A beautiful initiation from Northern Lights.
Yeah, and with the gold lane getting pressured, EXP can't win because Lucas is getting controlled in the lane by a Valentina. That's why I'm a Lucas hater, yo.
And a Valentina lover if it's in the right spot. Turtle number 2 is up, and currently it's getting bulldozed by APBREN. Still no moves for Aurora to contest.
Remember how I was saying in the draft that I would like to see a Lucas for Aurora? I did not expect this.
You got what you asked for.
I got what I asked for, but just a different version of it. It's Lucas at home. But apparently Lucas at home is actually great.
Better.
Better even, yeah.
Might be better in the long run, but just like what happened during game number 1, Demon Kite and the rest of Aurora is not afraid to trade out the turtle for those engages, for those invades. That's why they're still holding on to a 750 gold lead. Shizu, early cast of the Zaman Force, working on the gold platings, but Domin Kite as well as Yue cast the Feathered Airstrike to zone them out.
That is Aurora once again regaining control of a game that they've seemingly lost.
Oh.
Gentlemen, this is deja vu. 5 minutes in, it looks like there's poised to get that last turtle.
Oh!
Kite, point blank Quella.
All right, so that's one of the million moves that we saw. Great rotation by APBREN and a great pickoff by James Punks.
That didn't happen in game 1. Already we're branching off of a timeline.
Yep.
James Pax just showing why he's still feared and revered. A beautiful pickoff onto Domin Kite. Didn't have enough time to cast that flicker because that Queller, as you mentioned, point blank, literally connected in the face. Now here comes Edward, gets stunned out by Chomskirt. Still wanting to put a lot of pressure onto the mid lane.
Down bottom.
Okay, Shizu up against Renegade and Domin Kite. He's gonna disengage. Demon Kite was able to cast a Wiki Shadow kill! Oh! Wow, Demon Kite!
He took Kekidot with him up top.
And now they're trying to trap and work on Edward. James Pax was able to pick up a kill, but Demon Kite literally was one missile away from getting shut down by Kekidot.
Able to press the ultimate just in time. But a great rotation topside means that Edward will be able to push us up. The last time Valentina was playing the XP lane was in MPL Philippines Season 10 by Der, who was in Onyx Philippines at that time. So I wonder if Der instantly went, wait, I remember that. That was me.
That's me.
This is in the same timeline where Ryota was also part of Onyx PH, who now plays for Onyx in MPL ID. Last hurdle up, the death strike from Yue.
Okay, James Banks gonna secure it. Oh my God, still connects with the unstoppable force. Manages to stay alive, but gets taken down by Domenkite. Now they're trying to work on a beautiful engager coming in from Demonkite. It takes down one more onto the middle lane. Domenkite joins the picture, flickers in, and shuts down the man with a million moves.
The next standard has had it. Flickering forward, taking down James Banks, scoring a shutdown kill. And look, as Aurora continue to convert, they got eyes on this mid lane tier 1.
That was honestly a sight to see, the unstoppable force of Kekendo just literally follow all the shadows of Demonkite.
Went forward, then left, then right. Turned into a Formula 1 car with how fast it was turning. So Aurora have a slight lead here in the gold. I like the Dreadnought armors, not full building it, holding onto the anti-cuirass, and then going for other items as well. Brute Force breastplate for the Valentina again because he's playing it like a Lucas. And even if he's not in the Unleash the Beast form, wait.
Passive. Demonkite secures it with one Wiggy shadow kill. Chobskirt 0-2-1 in the mid lane, and now they're gonna transition up top once again. Yue with a feathered airstrike to zone out. Edwards as well with a shockwave blast, and they're gonna work on the top lane turret.
Aurora just going on the map where they will and taking the objectives that they have their eyes on. APBREN are struggling. I don't think we've mentioned this yet, but APBREN's defensive lineup when it comes down to, you know, protecting high ground turrets, it's not ideal. It's really just Chobskirt who can really freely hit.
Heading into this week, James Banks promised the Bees we will make it to the playoffs. Right now, Aurora are outplaying them, making it look like that promise is going to be a near impossible task to fulfill. As one of the teams already secured for the playoffs is, to put it bluntly, schooling APBREN right now. Rotations, pickoffs, on point, timings, and again, helped and supplemented by Lucantina in their EXP lane.
Lucantina, I don't think I've ever seen Edward pick up anything besides Unleash the Beast.
And that's the scary part. You have a lot of options, the Frigid Glacier, even the Unstoppable Force. If Edward tries to be versatile enough to do those, but Renegade with the Conceal, they're going to work on Kekedon. Unleash the Beast from Edward onto the back as Yue picks up one more. Edward! Shizu not being able to free hit, got separated from the clash. Edward's going to sacrifice himself for the greater good. They're going to get a Lord.
Zoned out by the Valentina. That does not feel good. Edward falls, but they got the Lord, and we'll get a lot more crowd control because of a Demonkite.
Another Wiki shadow kill. They're going to try and share the damage. They're going to be able to out-sustain it though, but again, Aurora still has control over the first Lord. And with the 3K gold lead, they might want more than just an inhibitor turret.
It looks like they're going to take it slow here. Lord spawns up top. They're securing their jungle. They're securing their buffs. And the thing that's got to fall is mid lane tier 1. Like, not many big moves will happen if Aurora don't take down this tier 1 in mid.
Now they're setting their eyes again on the mid lane. I think they're going to be able to do it though, because right now APBREN's going to be forced back to their own base. Demonkite also working on the bottom lane, so all minion waves will eventually be pushing in at the same time.
10-minute sync. Aurora have it figured out. There's two more tier 2 standing, mid and bottom, and APBREN have to split their attention. Something's got to give here. I'm reckoning at least a couple Holy Shields are popping.
See, maybe even Aurora can pop all of them. They can pressure top and mid first and then go for bottom a little bit later on. That's 2. Oh, it looks like, yes, it looks like it's going to be 3. They pop all the Holy Shields.
There it is. So even the sub-objectives have gone. APBREN are literally just holding on for dear life inside their base.
So that's the 3. Get 3 Holy Shields for Aurora. Edward continuing to get the Unleash the Beast, and I'm just excited on what else can Edward be picking? Because so far, the Unleash the Beast has been phenomenal. We've seen Edward zoning out 5 members by himself, but
That'll be it. You don't need anything else.
that's it. That's all the ingredients you need to get cooking.
Again, in the draft, I was saying Aurora would do very well with a Lucas on their side. They did it through cosplay, through a Valentina. And that's more than good enough, because after Unleash the Beast, he's already in close range. He can also deal like what? 1 quick or 2 quick bursts of magic damage before he eventually falls down. Maybe he even maximize those dashes he has as a Valentina to get away. It's a fantastic pick. It's perfect.
You know, one thing to work, APBREN needs to work on is the positioning, really, because prior to during the first Lord take, it seems like they were all separated. Specifically, Shizu wasn't in the picture when Edward was zoning them out. Fortunately, they were able to take down Edward, but they used up a lot of resources just to bring down a Valentina XP lane.
And that is according to plan for Aurora. They knew exactly what was going on, and APBREN, they're still here thinking, was that efficient enough? Was that worth it? They can't even consider contesting for this Lord. Imagine what that feels like for James Panks, who, by the way, in game 1, Demon Kai played a one hell of a Suyo. Now here he is. He can't even split push. Look, top lane is slow push and a fat chubby red wave. Kick it out with a flicker.
There's the throw. Plus the Frigid Glacier, but a killing spree coming in from Dominkai. They're trying to clap back by bringing down the Hitman, but there might be next on the chopping block. A beautiful ultimate coming in from Dominkai. Now James Panks already used up the Red Sea coming in from Demon Kite, working on you, but a stun! And a triple from the last Raider, the smiling demon, Demon Kite.
Curse of Crow's doing work, and because of that, I think this is where we say, that's it!
And that is it for the Northern Lights. A fast game to cap off our day number 1.
Another point eludes APBREN as Aurora sweeps 2-0.
The promise looks